my camera? I don't know what happened to my camera. Let me reset this. Hold on. What the hell is going on? Okay, hold on. Welcome, 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 welcome. And guess what, y'all? I got an attitude. Beverly Hills, Garcelle. Garcelle. Are we starting with Garcelle? I took some notes this time. Garcelle. Garcelle. That's all I can say is Garcelle. Garcelle. Hey, Lexi. All right, well, I want to start out. We're going to get to Garcelle in a second. As a whole, I feel like Kyle is ruining the show. She wants to control narratives. She doesn't want to really tell her business. She wants to make up a lot of excuses. And you can even see it on the part where her and Kathy was trying to say, well, I was telling my girls, and, nobody really cares about, hey, Durja, nobody really cares about you being whoever you are. She keeps going on, oh, my family, my donors. Girl, everybody knows. Nobody's stupid. Everybody knows. She's ruining the show. She's like, Kathy, let me tell it the way I want to tell it. Girl, she's ruining the show. They got to do something about Kyle. She's ruining the show. I have to agree with the Brav Bros. They said that like the first episode, that she's ruining the show. And tonight I have to agree. And I hate that we spent so much time on her bullshit because she was not talking about nothing. Is she sit up there? She's just lying, or just like Bob said, omissions are lies. And we don't want this like nice, neatly little crafted story that you have and this fake tears about Mauricio. You're full of shit. Last season, you couldn't stand for Mauricio to even touch you, to even look at you. So all this, you concerned about your family and stuff, girl, bye. I'm so sick of Kyle. I don't even want to talk about Kyle because she's so full of it. Kyle literally came on the first episode talking about Morgan like, girl, yes, you brought the girl on here. Now we can't say her name. Kathy was out and Kyle too. But Kyle outed herself. She's just like, and then all the girls, I don't think Kyle is going anywhere. Yeah, I don't think she's going anywhere either. But the thing that's bad is that they all bow down to her and they all play this game with her. And it's not, I would love to see someone come in and challenge Kyle, and hopefully it will be Bose. I'm rooting for Bose in that sense. And speaking of Bose, I think the reunion starts. Hey, Yvette. I think that the reunion starts in right at where Bose is. Let's see. Oh, Dorit with the main road. Hey, Wizard. Wizard. I think that it starts with Dorit still going at Sutton. She says you don't exactly live like the Queen of Sheba. You live on the main road. And, did you not see Sutton's estate in Georgia? Ma'am? Production has created this environment where Kyle is untouchable. Yes. I will say I take back 4.73% about what I say about those. Me too. Just 4%. But Dorit, please, like, you are 5 minutes away from being on the main street. Okay? I don't know where you're going to go when PK doesn't pay your rent in the next 3 months. But, girl, bye. But at least Sutton was Dorit, you're late. You're a late rent payment away from living on the street. Right. Dorit, please. Bose, angry black woman. My thing with Bose is, bitch, you were angry. You literally said, I'm pissed. These women have no couth. You literally said that. You were mad at them. You weren't mad in the sense like you want to beat somebody's ass, but you were pressing them. First of all, you didn't know what happened. You just knew that they were sitting in the hallway, Colin Sutton, who you keep saying, well, if Sutton was leaving, well, just let her leave, which is like saying, fuck her. Let her leave. Number one. Number two, you didn't even know why she was sitting there. Dorit started in with the drunk stuff again. Like, I doubt. Hey, Deidre. The officer down. Oh, shit. They getting it in Philly. Damn, in LA, California. So haven't seen it yet, but something bad happened to Garcelle for her to say late. Wait, damn, I'm in LA, California, so haven't seen it yet, but something bad happened to Garcelle for her. I guess she's saying later. Nothing bad happened to Garcelle Summer, though. Nobody said anything extra to Garcelle. She's a sourpuss and a sore loser. Dorit, okay. Nothing else happened to her. Bose, how do you claim an emotion that you now want to weaponize against women? You were pissed and stand in being pissed. Hey, Deidre. Nah, Garcelle was fine on emotion. So, what was I saying? Bose, you were pissed, okay? Angry, maybe, we can't say angry with black women, but you were pressing them about sitting in the hallway. You did not know what happened. You just knew that they were sitting in the hallway, and by your own words, Colin Sutton, or whoever's words, and you didn't like it because they had no couth. You said that. That is what you said. And Sutton didn't say you were an angry black woman. She said, I don't understand what I did to Bose to make her almost angry with me. And the thing is, like I said, why were you acting like that? Because from where I sit, you saying, let her leave. Let her leave. What are y'all sitting there? Let her sit down there. Leave. She's waiting for her car. That's like saying, F her. Let her leave. That's being pissed. Something wasn't wrong. And I hope she doesn't start that up. Hold on. I can't find my lighter. So, let's see. Erika, let's see. You were angry. You didn't even know what was going on. Hold on, y'all. I can't find my lighter. So, okay, thanks. I was seeing all those clips online. If you saw all the clips, you really don't need to see the reunion because the rest of it was just Kyle lying. Garcelle was upset with Sutton because she cares about the others more than appreciating Garcelle as a friend. But, okay, we'll get to that. Bose looked pissed when she was talking about it, to be honest. Dress made her look aggressive. Even the way she was talking to them was aggressive. Come back in the house. Like, you were. And don't start with this angry black woman shit, really. Erika was mad at Sutton, only mad at Sutton for, they keep saying Sutton kicks people when they're down. I feel like Sutton honestly offers these women help if they need forensic accountants. She probably want her money back. She probably shouldn't offer that to Dorit or Erika, since Erika is embattled in crime. But I think she absolutely means it until they start getting into it. And if you coming at me about some shit, I'm coming about you about some shit. Flat out. Exactly. And Bose didn't have that energy when Kyle walked out of her house and everyone was at the front door in their robes. No, she did not. She didn't say, let her leave. Let her leave. Go. What are you chasing after her for, Dorit? Let her go. That's a good point. So Sutton says that I feel like y'all don't like me. And she says that, Erika, you say I kick women when they're down, and you saying the shit that you're saying, so why do you even want to be my friend? And Erika's like, well, I do want to be your friend. I like the nice, soft Sutton, but when you start to turn, like, I don't trust you. I want to like you. I just don't trust you. And that's a valid point. And they seem to come to, a nice little, on the same page with them two. And then Dorit, she tries to chime in and says, Sutton, you have to realize when you're doing these things. Whatever, Dorit. And the whole time, mind you, this is going on, Garcelle is just rolling her eyes at everybody, especially when Erika was talking, when Sutton's talking, and then she turns on Sutton a little bit. She says, Andy goes around the room. Does he go around the room? Andy asks her, Jennifer Tilly said that she thinks that it seems like Sutton's doing that, but not really. I forget how Jennifer Tilly said it, but Garcelle was like, well, yeah, Sutton does do that. Or Sutton doesn't seem like, Sutton does assume that she's not picking, but, kicking people while they're down. But, what is she, basically something like, what is she supposed to do? Or what is she, everyone gets tired of people. And Garcelle is just completely like checked out, like whatever, like what time are we leaving? That's her like whole attitude during this. Being mean to Sutton in the audition to become cool with the mean girls. Who is doing that? Garcelle. Garcelle went from confessional gangster to dressing room gangster. LOL, pathetic. Goodbye, Garcelle. That's how I feel, Maj. We might as well skip right to Garcelle. Let me check these notes. Kyle likes to control narratives. Andy agreed that Sutton was being ganged up on the boat. Kyle tried to say, Sutton, but you can't say that. And then Erika was like, I know how that feels. Everyone ganged up on me, blah, blah, blah. And Kyle goes, yeah, that must feel really bad. Kyle is such a BSB. It's like, it's kind of a joke now. I don't even pay it any mind, but it's really ruining the show. Garcelle turned on Sutton, says she kicks people, she's pissed. All right, so I don't really, like to go line for line what happened. So Garcelle, she says, well, I'm pissed. I'm pissed off. Since Sutton has been on the show, all the new women have come after Sutton to gain favor with the other women. Crystal tried, Anne-Marie tried, now Bose. I agree with that wholeheartedly, Doja, especially Bose. I feel like the angry black woman comment was only to get a few kicks in while they had Sutton on the ropes. While Dorit was beating Sutton up, because Bose had no real beef with Sutton. So I feel like she had to come up with something, and that's where the angry black woman comment came from. She had to get a lick in somehow. And if that's what the next season is going to be about, I don't want any parts of it. Let me see. I don't see why Garcelle left. It made no sense. And they asked Garcelle. Andy said, before I go to the next package, girl, why are you pissed? You keep saying you don't want to talk about it, but at least Sutton, she's the one who really got beat up. At least Sutton, worked through her shit with Erika. She fought Dorit back a little bit towards the end. Garcelle, tell them why you're mad. Well, nobody smiled at me when I came out. Nobody was smiling at me the whole time. Really, Garcelle? Nobody smiled at you? I just don't even know what to say to that. Like, nobody smiled at you? That's really what you had to say? Garcelle, you came on here. I'm going to play it later. Nothing happened to Garcelle for her to quit, in my opinion. I would have kept my check. It would have been nice to see Garcelle and Bo start the next season anew. Everyone, I feel like in this third part of the reunion, had got their shit off their chest, and okay, we got it off our chest. We're working past it, except Garcelle, and we're moving on. Everyone was in good spirits towards the end, except Garcelle. In my opinion, let me read this before I give my opinion. Yes, when Garcelle didn't express herself, I was done. I got too much mouth to whine. Let them hoes have it, Haiti. I just saw fully watched that video with Kyle and Morgan. Kyle is full of BS. She is or was with Morgan. Yes. They kind of talked about it. If you didn't see it, welcome. If you're coming for the first time, say hey, like, sub, stay for a while. Yes, please hit the thumbs up button. You know, Richie, I actually think I get where she's coming from. Are you taking call-ins? Yes, I think the link it should be pinned. Now, I understand that Garcelle might feel like she got jumped in the beginning. And even, I think that Garcelle came into this thinking that Sutton's going to catch all the heat. I'm going to chime in a little bit and save her. And I'm just going to sit back with my heels up. And that didn't happen. I feel like these girls had 5 years of all the jabs and the smart shit Garcelle was saying, and they be keeping their mouth shut because she weaponizes Twitter. She plays a race card. They haven't been able to really tell her how they feel. And the moment they do, everybody gets in the hot seat at a reunion. You are no exception. Okay, Garcelle, I know you think that you're in charge of the girls, but you're not. And they got your ass this time. And why does it upset you so much that they held your feet to the fire with that robbery comment? That was wrong. It was wrong, 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 wrong. You're accusing this girl of felonies, of crimes. You're saying that her husband or whoever, now you took it back. You like heaven. You said it and you took it back a little bit, but you said it again. You said you stand on everything you say at the end of this reunion, and nobody's giving you grace, but you saying some bullshit. Nobody's going to give you grace if you saying some bullshit. Now, I can say if you said Kyle breath stink, but you're accusing this lady of setting up a robbery with people with guns to come to her house with her kids because you reading some shit off of Twitter because that's what you think. You don't have any proof. That you don't have any new facts for you to be saying this shit again at the reunion. You played yourself. Like, you played yourself. You had to be prepared to answer to that. But you weren't because they didn't make you answer to it before. I didn't care for the ABW comment from Angry Woman. However, the bigger picture is that Garcelle said angry, aggressive, and attack are 3 words you never say to Black women. She picks and chooses to weaponize race. Yes, she does. She weaponizes it and picks and chooses. Let's see. I think she was contemplating leaving before the union. You know, I feel like she came into this with an attitude, even in the dressing room. No, I don't know. I really don't know because the remark she made about Kyle, saying, "Oh, Kyle thinks we're cool." She told TMZ we're cool. Like, you definitely had an attitude coming in here, or you had some smoke, or maybe you thought it was going to go a different way, but they had something else for. They had something for that ass. Stand up in your shit. Defend yourself. Fight back. Don't just sit there the whole time rolling your eyes and making faces and walking away. At the end, you don't want to take the picture. Yeah, exit wasn't even dramatic. Like, if you're gonna leave, if you're gonna make us leave and quit, make a scene. Make a dramatic exit. Y'all could call in. The body count. Now, did y'all notice? Andy said, let's talk about body count. He said Eddie Murphy, Will Smith, Johnny Depp, Michael Jordan, Sean Penn. She said, I didn't sleep with Sean Penn. So she did. We've had this debate several times of whether she was dating or fucking, and the only one she said she didn't sleep with was Sean Penn. So, girl, Richie B, what robber is going to leave an iPhone? A robber who doesn't want to get tracked. Let me tell you something. Somebody tried to jump me before, right? And I fought both of them motherfuckers, and they left looking like they was in. I can show you the video if you want to see it. They left. They looked like they was in the fighting with an alley cat. Okay, and somebody took my phone, and I had another phone just like I have right here. 2 situations, and I tracked my phone, and I saw everywhere that they went, and I was going to send the police. But somebody knew I was tracking them and told them, and they got rid of the phone. That's why you don't take an iPhone with you. It's something called Find My iPhone. I didn't like that body count comment. But she's always bragging about it, Wizard. She should have cursed Andy out. She shouldn't be bragging about this shit. My bitch. You don't have to take the phone with you to not leave it with Dorit. Todd that hoe. Twos toss that hoe. Yeah. Either way, she has damn girl you can find. I'll show y'all the video if you want to see it. Listen, South Philly is a rough place, okay? It's kill or be killed. It's either you or me. All right? It ain't gonna be me. You absolutely shouldn't take especially an iPhone with you if you rob someone's house. You can ditch it, throw it in the bushes. They left it at the door. Whatever. That doesn't say that Dorit faked the robbery. Maybe she finally got her check. Maybe that's how they paid their house off. They said her house is out of foreclosure danger of foreclosure now. Thank you, Yvette. This is still from Trent's Crown and Glorious line, his shampoo. I have no dandruff. I don't know why this camera is. Hold on, let me unmirror this camera. Mirror my camera. Is this right? No. Is that right? Yeah. No dandruff at all. Usually I have plenty of dandruff by now. So if anybody wants to call in, I'm just so disappointed with Garcelle. I don't believe nobody said anything extra to her. I thought somebody, so the brunt of what happened to Garcelle was in episode 1. Hey, just watch part 3. G stayed the whole time. To know they haven't taken the photo in years. Does dandruff mean your hair is growing? No, it just means your scalp is dry. It also can mean you have psoriasis or some other stuff. It also can mean you have bacteria or yeast on your scalp. From my research, like when you sweat, so I wear this hat, and I don't wear hats. Hold on. And I started wearing this hat, and I was sweating it. And just like if you wear a bathing suit, a wet bathing suit, I guess, and you keep it on, you can get a yeast infection. Same thing can happen with your head too. Sweating and locking in that moisture, and bacteria grows or yeast can grow. And like my hair just was itching a lot, and I didn't realize I was putting back on the same hat, and maybe that was causing it. So I ditched the hat, and I don't have any itching. My hair will be just itching. I put all this oil and shit in my hair. I haven't had to do. I do oil my scalp, but I haven't had to do any of that. It makes my hair grow. What makes your hair grow? So growing dandruff ain't real. What do you mean growing dandruff? No, that's not real. Dandruff means you have something something wrong with your scalp. Some people have psoriasis. Hey, Derja.
It's Durga, babe.
Durga. What's on your mind?
So first of all, I am very disappointed in Garcelle. I want to start with that because there was nothing happened that caused her to quit. At least that we saw. I don't know what they might have cut, but what we saw, it wasn't that.
Bose did say, I would have sued you, and they cut it out because of all the backlash Bose was getting at first when she posted that kinfolk thing.
Mm-hmm.
I do think she did say it.
Well, I think she said that, but I also think that she made a bigger deal of the angry comment.
Maybe so.
I think she made a bigger deal of that. But Garcelle, I will say that Garcelle's biggest issue was that she was the boy who cried wolf when it came to race. Because there were moments that Garcelle was absolutely right, but it was overshadowed by her first season or her second season with the paddle.
Mm-hmm.
And with there was another one that I was just like, "Ooh, I don't know if that's or at the reunion that year when she said that they had that text where they say they wish she hadn't brought race into it. She shouldn't have even brought that up. And so when she did those two things, I think that everything else kind of got glossed over as this is just Garcelle bringing up race when Garcelle had valid points. Um,
Like
I
what?
um Dorit, Dorit calling her a bully when Garcelle wasn't a bully. Uh, the
Okay.
way the way Dorit used to yell at her, there were a couple times that she used to yell at Garcelle. Um,
Yeah.
and then I also think the way that they are very dismissive of what she has to say or her feelings, that in itself is a microaggression. We've been hearing about Dorit's PTSD from this robbery for 3 seasons now. But the minute that Garcelle said, "Hey, I don't really want to talk about my kids anymore because of what happened last year," Dorit's first thing was that was last year. You should get over it.
Did
Those
she?
things are, yeah,
Dorit
she
is an
absolutely did.
asshole. I can't
She
stand Dorit.
absolutely did, and that's why I'll never see it for Dorit. She 100% told that woman that was last year.
Even her
So
saying that's unprofessional. Like
was
what?
crazy because Kyle did the same thing, and you ran after Kyle when she did it. When Kyle ran off a couple seasons ago after her and Kathy got into it, you was right behind her.
Dorit is
And
just so delusional.
Dorit was trying to do it so that Andy, like I peeped so much, so that Andy would agree. The first thing she did
Hmm.
was nudge Andy with her elbow.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It was the first thing she
Like get her
did.
back. Like make her
Like,
come back.
or just like, you see this? And then he was just like, oh, and then she's like, that's so unprofessional. And
Oh,
she
it's
was
your
the one who said,
birthday. Happy
yeah, it is
birthday.
my birthday. Thank you. Thank you. And then she was the one who suggested, well, we should still take the picture. That's a nasty bitch. I can't stand to read.
She
Um,
is. I've been saying that. People been saying, "Oh, it was cute. All the shit she do was doing this
no,
Sutton. There's nothing cute about anything she
it's
does."
not. Because the real thing is Sutton was not wrong when she said, you're not mad at me, you're mad at your life. Dorit is taking out all the aggression and the things that she wants to say to PK out on everybody else. But she's worried about what'll happen in her pockets if she starts talking to him the way she's talking to them. And it's so
Mm,
clear to me. And so I'm not here for Dorit. Dorit has been
obnoxious.
obnoxious and also very mean since she's got there.
Yes.
From
Yes.
Erika's panties to the puppy, like every season has been Dorit being mean.
She's the see you next Tuesday.
She is. She really is. And I mean, she drove around with a cigarette and started yelling at people, and for some reason, everybody thinks she's so great. And I'm just like, no.
The first half of the season, she's raging at Kyle. The minute they
hmm
make up, she's back and
Right
coming
back
at
at
Sutton.
Sutton. Right at
It's
Sutton,
just
because Sutton's
either
the
or,
whipping boy.
either or. Yeah, I don't want to
And
see
that's
it.
I'm tired of it. And that's why I'm tired of seeing every time a new person comes on that show, Sutton is their target. And it's just like,
I'm glad that Erika kind of made nice with Sutton. She didn't like, she had her thing with Sutton, but then she said, I want to be your friend. I just can't take when, you turn.
yeah, but I don't take that. I don't think that that's true. At this point, it's time to let it go. Like she hasn't, because the thing is this, everybody that Sutton quote unquote kicks while they're down have been people who like to dogpile Sutton.
Yes, yes.
So if y'all gonna keep dogpiling me, and if you guys are gonna keep treating me this way, you can't expect me to then coddle you when you're going through your lowest moment. The minute that you bite at me while you're going through that lowest moment,
I'm
I don't
coming
care
at your
anymore.
neck.
I'm coming at
It's
you.
like how, okay, she said the wallet comment, but now you're saying you don't even live on the main road. I mean, you live on the main road. It's the same kind of thing.
Sutton and Garcelle are so disappointing because there's absolutely no way that Dorit or Erika would be talking to me any kind of way.
So Wizard said, I thought we loved a pretty mean girl. I do, Wizard,
I've
but
never
the
liked
root
Erika.
is toxic.
Are we
AF.
talking about Dorit?
She's toxic.
We think Dorit's
Toxic.
pretty?
She used to be.
Dorit looks like a heroin addict.
Now she does.
Yeah,
But her
PK is doing a
old
number
picture.
on her.
Yeah, well, I think she.
I mean, were people doing cocaine in your bathroom? That's what Lisa said that first season.
Yeah, they were.
They were. Absolutely. Kyle, I'm so tired of Kyle. I want to like Kyle, but
Kyle is
Kyle is
ruining
just,
the show.
yeah,
Nobody's
Kyle is
allowed to
just
talk about
terrible.
anything. She wouldn't even let Kathy even let Kathy tell us a little bit more, because we're tired of hearing about you and these contrived ass, fake ass.
Well, Kathy's about to tell us everything.
Yeah, like I told the girls, and they're just like, whatever. Like, she's like, Kathy, let me tell it. Let me tell it. Like, no, we don't want to hear
Kathy's
from
about to tell
you.
us everything. Kathy's
I
about to tell
recently
y'all.
went back and watched the back season, and she has been a bitch from the time even to Erika.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
the
saying.
skinny
Every
bitch.
season, she has been a bitch to somebody.
And even with LVP, she brought her
Man,
on the show, and she helped get her out of here with
I
Kyle.
mean, well, look, bringing somebody on the show does not guarantee they're gonna be nice to you, because Sutton brought on Bose, and I know she hates she did that.
Mm-hmm. Sutton
Sutton.
meant Dorit was broke, but she should have said that instead of the wallet thing.
Sutton really need to keep her foot on Dorit's neck. I hope next year Sutton needs to hire a read team. I'll do it for you.
Yeah, she needs some
She
more
needs to have
games
them.
around her.
Yeah, she need them in the chamber, and she needs to have her. Dorit said she was coming at you harder. I will be
All right,
okay.
so I want to go play a little bit of this at a time, because I think people forget how the
Brandy over
how
I'm actually
how
happy that you're playing this, because this is where I think all of the issues that she has with all of these women, this is the beginning of it.
yes, it was, and it was a build up. They haven't been able to say anything to her about any of this for 5 seasons, and she thought it was cool, and they've been waiting to jump her ass.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm
What?
saying is the issue that Garcelle has with a good majority of these women on the cast stems from how they did Denise. The reason that she wants to bring up Morgan is because they brought Brandy to the show to talk about Denise. Like,
Oh,
this is the origin of her issue with that group as a whole, in my
okay,
opinion.
I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's play. I'm gonna play a little bit at a time.
Denise, who you have more of a relationship with. Actually, I mean, if it had, excuse me a second, let me finish. I want to know, how'd you get your money?
What do you mean?
Like, where did all this money come from?
About me, I feel sad for you that you thought that in any way. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's how you should put it.
My point. To me, that seemed like a low blow.
Garcelle, do you have any response to that?
Not at all. I think when Kyle likes you, is interested in you, she's a great friend. Ask Teddy, not Dorit. Mother of a daughter, I wouldn't do that.
Wouldn't do what?
Dancing, nearly naked.
I don't understand the dancing thing.
Yes.
Well, that's not for you to understand. I'm talking to her.
I mean,
So
I was
I'll
gonna say,
pause
can
it
we
there.
pause this really quick?
Yes. So
I'm not mad at
thought,
any of this.
but you can see that Garcelle has always been, I don't know what you want to call it, a bitch to these girls.
I don't think that Garcelle has always been a bitch. I think that Garcelle's first season, she watched how they did her friend. If you do my friend dirty and I'm still around, I'm not gonna be buddy buddy with you, especially if you do my friend dirty in that way. Like, this wasn't like this wasn't like some bullshit. This was
But
like
didn't he
rumors
wind
that
up turning on Denise too?
no, her and Denise are still cool.
Um,
I don't believe you would have to jog my memory on that.
yeah, I'm gonna go back
I
and
don't
say.
remember her turning on Denise at
So
all.
this says, I always felt the Christmas dinner at Kyle's season 11 changed everything for Garcelle. Refresh my memory
Yeah,
what the
what
Christmas
happened
dinner
then?
was. Outspoken and straightforward, but she was coming at their necks
Yes, you bet.
basically. The read was really hard to work for the money. Dorit really has to work for the money now with her broke ass.
But this is the thing though. Everybody comes for people's necks. Like we can't say that Garcelle can't come for people's necks when Lisa
Listen,
Rinna
this
was
is
on
the
the
thing.
on the
When you
same
come at people's
show.
neck, they're going to come for you at the reunion, and they haven't come for Garcelle
I
because they're
agree.
scared
Garcelle
of
did not
Black
go through
Twitter.
anything.
But this year, I don't know if Bo's being there changed it up, but
Well, Bose
I
being there
think
did change it up because Bose gave them cover to be able to say we're not racist. Look at our friend. I feel like every Black person who's ever been in white spaces and then had another Black person come in, it can either be you and that Black person click up real quick, or that Black person becomes a cover for everything that everybody has felt about you to now be thrust at you. And I feel like
or
that's what
it could be we can finally say something to her and then not seem like we're being racist, like she wanted to seem
exactly. They
like.
use that Black person as cover to be able to say whatever they want to say. I'm not saying that what they're saying is racist or not, but I'm saying what Bose's job, what her function is at this time for them is to be able. She's their token. I hate to say it, to be able to say whatever they want to say to Garcelle, and be able to then say, "But Bo, we're friends with Bo, so it can't be a microaggression." That's why Dorit ran up on Bo so quick.
Let me see. She turned on Crystal too after she took up for her. Garcelle and
Did turn on
Erika are
Crystal.
still friends with Denise. When Garcelle told Dorit that's not what you said and called out that everyone called a lawyer on EJ. Oh, so the
Oh
dinner,
yeah. Oh
Erika's dinner.
yeah.
When
Because they
Garcelle
were
told
all
Dorit,
trying to
oh yeah.
they were all very quiet and they were trying to let Sutton take the fall for that. And Garcelle put them all out there. She sure did.
And this is the thing with the Fox Force 5. If you're going to be gang with them, you can't be doing shit like that. That's just how it is. That's why I say Kyle ruins the show with her little clique.
But I don't think she ever wanted to be gang with them because she always carried that grudge from the whole thing with Denise.
No, you're not paying attention. Even the beginning of this season, when Kyle and Dorit were on the outs, Garcelle even said in the beginning of the season, "Oh, Kyle must trust me with her. She must trust me to tell me her, the intimate details of her divorce." And then when they were at the when Kathy threw a trip at the beach at her hotel, when Garcelle kept buttoning the dinner on Kyle's behalf, when Dorit was coming at Kyle, and remember when Garcelle was like, "No," when they were when Garcelle.
But I didn't
Okay,
see that
so
as on Kyle's behalf. I saw that more so as you're saying something that I patently don't agree with. Like you say that you know how to. I think she
but
was
it had
saying
nothing to do with Garcelle. These two girls are arguing. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. Not Garcelle. Dorit and Kyle are arguing about their shit, and it had absolutely nothing to do with Garcelle. And she just butted in the conversation and said, "I don't agree. I don't agree that you whatever they was you apologize or whatever they were saying." But damn, I forgot what I was just about to
But
say.
then I feel like even in that example, that just shows more so that Kyle is more able to take what she's doing than Dorit is because Sutton interjected just as Garcelle is. Actually,
Oh, this is
Sutton
what I was
interjected
gonna say.
more. Oh, sorry.
Even with so Dorit and Bose. So the whole plan was, they get together before the season and figure out who they're going to go after or who's going to be the target. And this year it was supposed to be Dorit. And Garcelle was fine with that. She was fine being Team Kyle. You hear it when Garcelle said, "Kyle, you came to us in the beginning of the season, before the season, and told us about the Morgan thing and whatever else she told her and Sutton." And Sutton said that's a chess move or whatever. Even at the beach day, Garcelle in the bathroom with Sutton and Jennifer said, "How are we going to maneuver Bose away from Dorit?" At the dinner, they have Bose sitting all the way down at the other side of the table, and they have Dorit sitting in front of Kyle. She broke them up to get Dorit by herself, and it was Kyle and Garcelle against Dorit. But Dorit handled both their asses. They weren't ready. They weren't prepared for how Dorit was going to come out swinging. But my thing is, it was all fine and good when it was against Dorit, but now they turned it back on you. And regardless of how you feel, regardless of whose team you're on, whose side you're on, who microaggressions, whatever. Garcelle's turn. It was Garcelle's turn in the hot seat, and she couldn't take it. She thought it was going to be Sutton again, and I think that's whack. Like, I really think it's whack.
I agree.
The whole
Garcelle
thing
should have been prepared.
She should have been prepared. She didn't know all this stuff was going to come back and bite her in the ass, and it did. Everybody gets a turn in the hot seat. Everybody gets a turn in the hot seat.
And I agree, but two things can be true. Garcelle could have not been prepared. Garcelle could have been someone who was on their necks, but they still could have been using microaggressions. I think where I'm coming from is there is a level that everybody is on, and they all do the same things. However, there are certain words or certain actions that were taken with Garcelle that was not done with anybody else. No one called Lisa Rinna a bully until Kathy, but none of her actual castmates, and a lot of people online, nobody was calling her a bully. Dorit didn't call that woman a bully when even her and Lisa have had issues. But Garcelle's a bully. Garcelle was attacking her. Garcelle wasn't attacking her. And yes, attacking is used in the Real Housewives franchise. But at the same time, in that moment, that was an attack.
I think Garcelle is a bully. Let's see. Didn't Rinna have to threaten Garcelle with legal action because she went out in a handshake agreement to not involve her kids in the book? Now clowning and outing Kyle after trusting her. Now clowning and outing Kyle after, I guess, Kyle trusting her. Snake.
Again, I agree, but I also feel like they created the environment where she became the snake. She watched in her first season how they did her friend, and then the next season how they kept going.
Okay, so I'm gonna play the rest.
I mean, can't be mad at a person for being a snake in a pit full of snakes.
Well, let's see. Kyle used them while Dorit and Bo were against her. Yeah, she used them, and she quite conveniently dismissed them when her and Dorit made up.
They're so dumb.
G and Bowles would have gotten along because they're both married to white men. I agree, Derja. Let's see. When Garcelle turned. Okay. Let's see. A bully, Q. She's a bully.
Q, come up here and windmill with me. No.
Dorit called Erika cold and angry. Try again. Nah, I don't think Garcelle is a bully. Well, let's see.
But not everybody's the same. Not everybody deals with everything the same. Why do you care?
She can say that. And at the same time, I felt like every time somebody brought up Erika's Broadway debut, Lisa chimed in like, I did it 18 years ago.
You're right.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with me not supporting Erika. Don't even try it, Rinna. Don't even try it.
You were not being genuine.
That is not true.
You are here
that
to
is
be
not
genuine.
true. That is not true. That is not true. You better watch what you're saying. That is not true. Let me finish addressing
that was
this.
for
Wait
Kyle.
a minute.
I'm like,
Just, Kyle, you're doing it already. Let me finish, and then you can say whatever you want to say. 5 minutes?
Richie.
I reveal so many things about myself to this girl. She reveals stuff to her. And I feel like with us, we just stay on the surface. There. Denise, stand up for yourself. Come on. Just say something. This is her time to set it straight. And it doesn't feel like it's going the right way.
Thank you to my new best friends. Some of them, not so much.
Yes, Kyle, you.
Absolutely one.
All right, we stop there. Hey, Q. Okay. I got a call. Be right back. Okay, so this is Garcelle being, what do you want to call it? What's the word I should use? We can't say angry. Well, she's not angry, but she's coming at your necks. And they're just sitting there like, okay. But if you look at their faces, They are looking, they're giving each other the eyes. They're like, okay, all right, okay, you got this for now. I'm gonna get your ass. That's how they play.
100%.
Yeah. I think Rinna is trying to own it really quickly so that I don't come for her.
Let me finish.
I don't remember Dorit being that supportive when we all had our sister circle moment.
This year. And so now that I'm on the receiving end, I start to think, gee, she had a problem with Kyle. And then what you did in Palm Springs, which in you with that.
Took care of it right away after that. If we'd been getting along fine, I never would have said anything. You know, there was.
Would you have said it to one of the white women? It's difficult to meet with Rinna because right now, I don't like her at all.
You with that. You know exactly what happened.
I
in
don't
Palm Springs.
actually know.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You for bringing that up. You.
Are you to take some time?
And I'm okay with that.
So we're there.
Okay.
This is so good though, because you just were honest.
Really?
Passively provocative, almost to be relevant, to be interesting.
What? I don't need to do anything to be relevant. Let me just say that.
Okay. No one is looking to pry into. I understand.
That's not what you
And I
said
think
the other
anyone.
night.
I think
That's
anyone
not what
will
you said the
understand.
other night.
Said that I should have never brought race into this show, that this show is not that kind of show.
Someone shares something and says, you know, listen, I don't want to talk about it, or if she gave you an indication.
But you're making it like I did this intentionally, and it's not the
did.
truth.
No, I know. No.
If it goes against to how you feel, then I can't have that opinion.
I speak 4 languages,
Good for you.
and that's
Not my favorite. Well, what are you going to say to someone? Hi, you look great.
sometimes I can be a. Sometimes I can be a real.
And I don't even like that word.
I don't either, but I'm going to say it about myself. I was in a lot of ways.
I'm not going to disagree.
Do you like?
All right, let's take a break from that. Let's see. Shar says activated. I think these clips are good and shows she's straightforward and not scared of them. Not this again. I need to remind the people that Palm Spring-ish was wicked because Crystal told them all Garcelle wasn't there when Erika said not to tell the others, and they all breezed over it. I forgot that part. So I'm just showing that Garcelle hasn't been. I know I got these allergies. Garcelle hasn't been like this meek and mild person throughout the years. She's been activated. She's been, whatever you want to call this. And I think that because they have never really addressed this or taken her to task to this, because she's black, because she says, would you have said that to another black woman, white woman? Because she says things like that, they haven't been able to address it with her. And I think by Bowles being there, they were finally they felt comfortable enough to air their grievances with her. And really, they only talked about the robbery thing. Unless I'm forgetting something else, it was nothing for her to be so pissed off about. And I still don't understand what part made her so like have her face all twisted up, like I still don't understand what part of that. Sorry, what part of that turned her? Like, did she just think that they were just going to come at Sutton? I don't know. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Like, where was this Garcelle?
Where was this Garcelle?
Even if she was going to be this person, I respect this person more, 1,000% more than the person that was there tonight. And then I feel like you saying like she became a snake because she went to snake. I wouldn't call her a snake, but I would say that she got in, wanted to be a part of, I guess if you can't beat them, join them. At a certain point, she wanted to be Team Kyle. They're all behaving normally around Garcelle in her first season. When she brought race into the conversation, you could tell they are uncomfortable around her. Yeah. And they were scared to say anything to her. And that made the show whack too. because they're
But they
not really
weren't
having
afraid to say
real
to her.
discourse.
They said a lot to Garcelle. Like, I'm trying to understand where
Look at
this
their
narrative
faces
coming.
when she's saying the things that she's saying. Just look
I
at
mean,
their
I feel you.
faces.
Sure. But we're not gonna act like everybody's been running around meek and mild, not saying anything to Garcelle, because that's absolutely not true.
I think Dorit was the only one who would be like, Garcelle! But even in these later seasons, Dorit would, Garcelle would be saying something to Dorit, and Dorit would just walk away. Or Dorit would just be like, you know what? I'm not doing this, and leave. When it came to Garcelle. Hey, Ali.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? Me too. She was too mute on this reunion. Ali, I agree. What's up, Ali? What you got on your mind?
Garcelle is full of shit and a bullshit bitch. The person she should be mad at is Sutton.
You
But she
think
put
so?
all that energy out in the universe against Boz. Because I feel like she expected if Sutton was not going to stick up for her, at least Boz was going to do it. But you've been up Sutton's ass for how many years now? You know,
4 or
like
5.
why are you more mad at Boz not coming to your defense per her than Sutton, who's your actual friend? Like that's where your negative energy should be put towards, not Boz. She purposely put out that tweet, that all skin folk comment to dog whistle her people on social media to attack this woman when the person that she's genuinely mad at is Sutton.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
I
Because
think
there's
it's
nothing
all
that
of them.
Boz said. Like, let's say if she did say, I would sue you based off of that rumor. What's wrong with that? That's true. You let these people on Twitter bring something onto the show and you openly spoke about it. And deep down, I feel like Garcelle has no black friends because she don't know how to, I guess, like, let's say me and my girlfriends, we are thinking like the absolute worst about something and we'll say it amongst ourselves, but where we're in a public space, especially a space where we could get sued, we're not going to say that out loud. That's basically like we're on code with that, you know, like we'll see each other, we make that face like, girl, that's it. And that's how, as far as it would go. But Garcelle, she has this newfound attention from Black Twitter. She takes something from, well, I wouldn't even say Black Twitter, from Bravo Housewives Twitter and brings it on the show. I'm like, girl, you're looking crazy. And Boz calling her out for that, I don't think that was wrong. Because I would, if I were Dorit and you were saying my husband set up an insurance fraud and I'm in the middle of this mortgage issue, what bank will like take over my loan if I'm moving it from one bank to another? You know, you're basically defaming me.
Maybe
And she
that's
was
why
right.
she couldn't get another loan. I mean, that's why her house stayed in foreclosure so long.
Yeah. You never know what was the ramifications of, like, it's one thing for random people on Twitter to say that, but for your cast member to say that, who has like probably millions of people following you, like, come on, Garcelle, she should have known better.
What's up, Q? He dropped out again.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The stuff that you playing tonight, did this happen? Did I not? Is this the Peacock version? What you playing right now? This happened tonight?
No, this happened
No,
seasons
season
ago,
is
baby.
from
Oh,
this from
seasons
YouTube.
ago. Oh, not season 14. Oh, okay. I just
Oh,
was
She's telling
wondering.
us what
Q,
was,
you
not
see
what
that
is.
picture of Garcelle? That was the dinner when she brought up the microaggressions and how Dorit doesn't have, she has unconscious bias and all of that stuff.
This clip right here.
Yeah,
Okay,
she
I
was
don't
wearing
remember
this
this.
cute knit dress.
I don't remember this episode. I don't remember this. But
Let me
I
play it
believe
real
I
quick.
believe what y'all saying, but I don't
Let me
remember
play
it.
it real quick. Let's see if we can jog our memories.
I
The
mean,
women at
she
this
does
table.
have hair.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Some more than others. I'll put it aside.
Right. Myself was in a lot of ways.
I'm gonna say to someone, "Hi, you look great."
Sometimes I can be a sometimes I can
Okay.
be a real
And I don't even like that word.
I don't either, but I'm going to say it about myself. I was in a lot of ways.
I'm not gonna disagree.
Ugh, lips.
Do you like the women at this table?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Some more than others. I'll put it aside.
Right.
I'm not
That's
one to
So
nice.
bring.
that was when Renna was on the cast. Was she only on the cast once with them?
I don't know. But the thing is,
Like
you
3
know,
seasons with them?
Like 3.
I don't know if y'all remember what happened tonight, but it was more than just Garcelle that happened tonight. But I see what's happening.
I mean, I got
But
the minuscule stuff
I play fighting. I want to fight. So I play
Okay,
fighting.
let's have it. Let's fucking have it. So let me read this. She's jealous that they like bows and couldn't care less about her weird fake ass. Not because she's black, but because she's whack. And I agree with that 1,000%.
I agree with
Why
it
is she sitting there with her face twisted up the whole reunion? Why? Because all the other girls are laughing and kiki and joking around. Like,
I agree with that 50%.
I don't think so. I do think this though. I don't even know if I said this tonight or not. I don't know what made Garcelle leave the show or what made her walk off the reunion. But I also can understand like when Andy was like, whoa, she wanted to take the picture earlier. Yeah, well, that was 9 hours ago. 9 hours later, y'all ain't got on my goddamn nerves. I don't want to do shit with y'all to get away from y'all. So I definitely can understand that. I don't know why, but I'm saying I could understand it. Like the example I used tonight was like being at work. You start being in a good mood when you get there. Throughout the day, y'all like, all right, y'all irritating me. I'm ready to get the fuck up out of here. Let me go. I don't want to take no picture. I don't want to talk to no staff meeting. I don't want to do no happy hour. I want to go home and get away from y'all. I don't know Garcelle's reason why. I don't know if something was on the edited floor. I don't know what it was. Whatever it was, she left the show. She's off the show. She's gone. I don't know why she made the comment about Bose. Who knows? But I can tell you this: Sutton full of shit.
Yeah, that's who she should be mad at is Sutton.
Sutton full of shit, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I know I didn't say this tonight. Sutton full of shit because here's the thing: if me,
This is the craziest thing I've ever done.
Oh my God!
You're about to see a game.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm just queuing up a video. Go ahead.
My own channel. Let me go back to my own channel where I'm respected. Wow.
Stop. Finish.
If me and Ali are on a show together or whatever together, and people like, why she walk off? I'm like, I don't know. But let's move on. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh well, she's not happy. She's not this. I think some stuff is going on. Like, okay, she walked off. I'll find out later. Let's go and get this picture and go out. Like, Sutton should have shut the conversation down.
My girl couldn't walk off and me not walk off with her.
Or walk off with her, right?
Like,
one or the other.
Yeah, look at Garcelle getting in that ambulance with Sutton
right. She got in an ambulance with you last year.
But Sutton should have shut the conversation down or walked off with her. That is why I agree with you. I feel like she should be pissed off at, and she probably is. That we just don't know it.
But she didn't tell them why she was mad. She kind of held it down in that regard. She know why Garcelle is mad.
I don't think she do know why Garcelle was mad. I don't think Sutton cared that Garcelle was mad.
Because Sutton was happy to be in those girls' good graces.
Yeah,
that's Doty.
And that's the issue that I'm having with Sutton. And if she comes back next season, they invite her back, and if she chooses to come back, that is going to be the issue that I have with her next season. I said this time and time again. Sutton, you can stand in how you feel and still be friends with them, but they don't like you. That's why they are giving you such a hard time and making you feel like you are a bad person and you've done X, Y, and Z because they don't like you. I can promise y'all, if anybody else would have said the stuff that Sutton was saying throughout the season, they would not be getting beat on the way that Sutton was getting beat on.
I agree. They don't like Sutton, but they can't keep beating up on Sutton. I feel like Erika kind of extended her an olive branch when Sutton was like, yeah, I can work on it, being mean or saying the shit. Dorit really wasn't trying to hear that, and Kyle flip-flopped so bad because Andy, when she was like, I was ganged up on the boat, and Andy said, I saw that. First, Kyle was like, you can't say that. And then when Andy said, I saw that, and Erika was like, well, and it's no fun. I've been ganged up on before too. And then Kyle was like, yeah, I can see how that feels. Like, so Kyle's just going to flip flop.
Well, the thing is, we at the reunion, we are filming a show. Like at the end of the day, we are filming a show. If nobody would have questioned Erika or held Erika's feet to the fire, or whatever, they would have been like, "Wow, y'all let Erika get." The fans would have been like, "Y'all let Erika go through a whole season and ain't nobody question her and do this and do that." I am tired of hearing about Tom. I don't give a fuck about Tom or Erika. I don't want to hear it no more. The storyline is whack. Okay, girl, you don't see it for him. You're not in communication with him. You're not divorcing him for whatever reason. Fine. Erika literally is the only person who did not have a package played tonight. I mean, at this reunion.
Wow.
If I'm not
Wow.
mistaken,
I didn't even notice that.
if I am not mistaken, she's the only person who did not have a segment dedicated to Erika until he got to the end. And mind you, again, he didn't even, there was no package played for Erika. And I don't have a problem with Erika on the show, but if there's not a package played which to play for you, that tells me that they played
You
the
in
package.
danger, girl.
They played a package for Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah. I
She a
hope
friend
Tilly
of.
comes back.
I think this is Erika's last season. I hope so.
I don't think it's her last season, but I definitely can see her coming back and either trying to make a better season for herself, or I can see her come back as a friend of. But Erika was the only one who didn't have a package play because she didn't have shit going on this season. And it's in every season you don't need that. You don't need to be in drama. But Erika didn't have anything going on this season.
No, except riding the fence between Kyle and Dorit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And act like she on HGTV.
She's gonna have to pick a side next season if she comes back, because I don't think Kyle and Dorit are all the way cool, like
Well,
people
Dorit,
are claiming them to be.
Oh
Dorit and
no.
Bo's gonna be on an island by themselves because she gonna pick Kyle.
I don't think so. There's no reason for them to gang up on Bose.
No, there's no reason.
No,
Like
I'm
the
not
thing,
saying gang up on both, but I'm saying like if she's got to choose between Dorit and Kyle, she's choosing Kyle.
oh,
And
Erika,
so,
she's choosing Kyle.
yeah, she's choosing Kyle. And so, but Dorit is going to be on an island by herself, and Bose is going to stand with her.
They got it. It's time to bring some fresh blood into the show.
Like
Mm.
who?
I don't know who. Maybe somebody who's not even famous. Maybe somebody who's just wealthy or just rich and they just want to do the show. But they need to bring somebody who can stand on their own, who can have a good. I don't want nobody to come in with drama, like 24/7. But they need somebody who can be a good mixture and who's not
They
going to.
need somebody who could come straight at Kyle's neck. I'm tired of Kyle being in charge of the girls with these controlling the narrative with these manufactured answers. She doesn't want to really show her real story. She doesn't want to talk. We can't talk about this. We can't talk about that. I'm tired of the girls bowing down to her. Is this enough? She wouldn't even let Cassie talk. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of Kyle.
They should
The
bring back
Bravo,
Crystal.
Who said
the
that?
Bravo Bros
I
have.
said that. I like Crystal. I think Crystal needed a break from the show. I watched the interview with Carlos King,
Mm-hmm.
and she was calling your girl out. Carlos. She
She was
brought
calling
him
who
down.
out?
She brought him on the carpet. But I
She was calling
like
who out?
Carlos. Because you know
Oh,
how Carlos reviews the show and he would talk shit about her the whole time.
oh,
And she
okay.
was like, yeah,
Y'all
you
don't
don't
want to
like
watch
me.
that.
And he was like, "Oh no, no, no! I just didn't like your character on the
Not
show,
character.
blah blah blah." And she was like, "Oh no!" She kept on pushing back on him
Well,
about him not liking
but the
her.
thing with Crystal though, oh, Crystal, the child bride, she sat in her house and let the girls read her, and all she could think about is why she wasn't skinny like them.
Now, from the interview, she basically said that she was basically like deer with her headlights, and she was like it was a weird uncomfortable situation to be that she's not used to. And so knowing her personality, she's like, I became real introverted, so like there are scenes where, like you said, people are reading her and she's just like, huh.
Right.
If
And
Crystal from her first season, if that Crystal could come back, I would be here for it.
yeah,
But
I
I don't
think
even.
when they jumped her when she was coming for Sutton, I think that like diminished her confidence and she became more introverted from that point on. But
And
I feel like this
remember, she
uh-huh.
was talking race stuff too. They
Yeah.
probably didn't want to hear that
Oh
shit.
Lord, I don't want.
Yeah, but I think if she came back again, if it's this crystal that I saw on Carlos King, then I think she would be a good fit. She needed that breakaway.
So the Bravo Bros had a really good idea where they were saying that they shouldn't bring anybody new on, and they should bring Lisa Rinna back.
Ugh.
And they should tell the women, like, if you don't start giving us real stuff, we're gonna cancel the show, because they have the tea on each other.
But that's the thing, like that's gonna be forced.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be forced. And the thing is, what's making these shows not good anymore is everything is being forced. It's forced beef, forced storylines, people trying to find stuff and make stuff up. I just think with Beverly Hills, you don't necessarily need a storyline, but we are interested in what you're doing, and you need somebody who can be neutral but still be able to be involved in conflict, but still know how to have fun too. And Lisa Rinna was so broke and so toxic.
I mean, that's most of Fox Force 5.
Yeah.
Most of Fox Force 5 is broken toxic.
That's true.
But she's Fox Force 5, so that'll just be adding more fuel to Kyle's fire. Like,
I wish they could bring Kim back.
I wish, but Kim's going through some things right now.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. They should do. Beverly Hills is not a bad show, so let me just make that clear. Beverly Hills is a great show. They just need a new face on there. That's all. They just need a fresh face on there. They don't need to do what they did with Atlanta, where they need to revamp the whole show. No, I think
They
the
did
only
a
show that needs to
partial
be
revamp of Atlanta.
Say it again.
It's not like New York. I think New York did a complete revamp. They just fired everybody.
Yeah.
Speaking of Atlanta, how y'all feel about Brit?
You talking about Beverly Hills, baby. Beverly Hills, baby. Oh, you said, RHO is up there too. I ain't see
I have
that.
a lot of thoughts about Brit and Kenya.
You know,
She's
when
a
I was in
and
college,
the truth ain't in her.
I did a side hustle of selling insurance. Her classes are basically the classes the insurance company offers you to help you build your clientele and get your business up and running. And she's basically using their material and selling it for $500 to $600.
Well, I saw on Instagram today that she hasn't had her insurance business since 2023.
Her license is still valid because I was watching Sinitra and I'm like, let me look it up to see, and it's still valid. But one of her work with Geico has been done.
Or Allstate. I just felt like her lying about having a license taken, her milking the thing with the picture of her. I think it's an absolute lie about it was a teenage picture because they didn't even have iPhones when you were in high school, girl.
I think she was telling the truth. I think she was in grade school. I think she was in grade school sucking dick. And, I believe you gotta believe people when they tell you, baby. You gotta believe it, honey. I think she was in grade school sucking dick, and I think
would have got charged.
And I think her dark skinned mama was along with it, and I think that she's bad for the show. I think Drew and her crazy ass sister is bad for the show. Drew just lies for no reason. Drew lies.
Allison's her mother.
I believe that. Let me tell you something, Ali. I'm with you. When babe, listen, I believe you.
When you said that's not her mother?
No, that is her mother.
I think Allison's her real mother.
Oh, Drew.
Yeah, I'm with you. I believe.
You ever
so
heard
too.
that story about Jack Nicholson? He thought his sister was his sister until she died, and they found out that was his mother.
I never knew that. Jack, the actor.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they ghetto too.
I did not know that.
But they said that was common back in the day. Like if a teen mom had a baby, the mom would say it was theirs. You know, no one had the internet or knew you were pregnant back then. And so you're like, oh, this is my kid. We had the baby.
They just send their daughter away for the pregnancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Drew's a liar. She made it seem like her and Ralph was getting ready to have this deep conversation about co-parenting. And then she literally got up there and she was like, "Oh, the exterminator bill." And Ralph clocked her. You don't do nothing. You don't pay no bills. Your plate is not full.
So full shit.
And for her to get in the car and say, "Oh, he's triggering me, and co-parenting is not going to be easy when he's making it so hard." But you weren't talking about co-parenting, Drew. You were talking about exterminating, the exterminator bill.
Is that a thing in Georgia where these people, when they get divorced or separated, they stay in a house and live together?
No.
Because Croy and Kim did that.
Drew and Ralph is staying in that house. The same reason Kim and Croy stay in the house, because they cannot afford to keep that house separately.
Yeah.
So for
I'm
Drew
like,
to be
God,
in
it
the
must be
studio
a
talking about
housewives thing because no one leaves the house.
Drew
PK left. Mauricio left.
But no, she said it's a Georgia thing. We talking about Georgia, baby. Beverly Hills, they got money.
No, my mom and dad did it.
My mom and dad did it. They weren't rich.
Yeah, they did it.
Well, a lot of times it could also be for so the kids don't have to keep moving around. So the kids' lives don't have to be uprooted. I can see that.
But the thing is, I feel like this, and I don't have kids, and I may sound insensitive, but I would rather be separated out the house than have my child raised up in a toxic environment.
Yeah.
Be
Kim and
divorced.
Croy, they have the police there all the time.
Yes.
It's too much.
Now let me ask y'all a question. And I know one day y'all will admit that I'm right, just like y'all do with Bose. Would y'all rather see Kim on the current season or Brit Edie on the current season?
Kim. Bring Kim back.
Kim. I've been saying that.
I think if they do a reboot or a recast, they should bring Shami. I'm kind of on the fence, but she brings the wealth. But definitely Angela and Kelly.
Yeah.
Bring back Sheree because I want to see that interaction between
Yeah.
Angela and Sheree.
Yeah.
Nene, which is a pipe dream, but I feel Nene should come back.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya, Portia, friend of, because she's already given that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Phaedra, she just be lying. To me, she's just a class. She's just a classier Drew. They're the same side. They're different sides of the same coin. It's just she's more educated than the other, but they're always lying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know Drew's purpose of being on the show, and
How about how she said, "Oh, this gonna pay for Pilar College"? Girl, you better stop playing with Portia like that.
Portia gonna fight her for real.
Yeah, Portia
I
choke
would.
you.
These little,
but
these
here's
little
the thing
kitty
though.
pop songs you singing, girl, stop playing with me.
But here's the thing though. Let's side eye Shamia. Why you ain't say nothing, Shamia?
Yeah.
She messing with Portia.
They're not real friends.
Mm-hmm. Why you ain't saying nothing to me? I'd be like, hold up, Biggie.
Shamia,
hold up, croc top that you keep wearing. Hold up.
Hold on, crop top. Hold on, glasses.
I'm disappointed in Atlanta though.
I'm disappointed in
me
Kenya.
too.
Kenya played herself.
Yeah, she.
I said
she
that
went back too
episode
far.
1. I was mad at Kenya for letting this girl or letting herself play herself out of her position.
That's crazy.
But then I feel like she's making it worse with trying to do this YouTube thing, and then you pushing it out. Like, Kenya, girl, be quiet.
Quiet.
Arguing with Andy, it's like, girl.
Brit is literally playing herself. Look how she snapped at Angela because she was lying about losing her license. Look at her and watch what happens live. Not answering the questions. And Andy,
Well, she actually didn't snap at Angela for the license. She snapped. Well, but she more so snapped at Angela because she felt as though, and Drew a little bit, and Drew clocked her too. But she felt as though, like, what y'all doing supporting this girl when y'all should be supporting me? Look what she did to me. And I love how Drew clocked her at the end when Drew was like, "Oh, that girl, you sound real crazy. That's crazy, girl. You've been taking her quotes too."
But even Angela said you refuse to acknowledge how we even got here.
Yeah. You hide your hand. You throw rocks and hide your hand. Read the room. Read the fucking room.
Did you watch Diva's video today? Like I guess it was like She did a
Oh, I got
snippet
a video for
from
y'all.
her full review.
Whose
You
video?
know, like how people say, oh, if a girl doesn't grow up without a mother, they behave a certain way. They always throw that in Kenya's face.
Mm-hmm.
But Bree had her mother there, and she was sucking and fucking in high school, according
Mm.
to her.
Mm.
So, like, that point's moot right now.
Whose video? What we talking about?
I'm about to play this video. Oh, you talking to her?
Yeah.
Yeah, Diva.
Oh no.
All right, I'm about to listen to this.
Your girl Danny Danielle, and I am back with another one. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Views expressed in this video are alleged. They have not been confirmed nor denied. So let's get into it. So I was over there roaming the Instagram streets and I stumbled across this page. Shout out to Bravo versus everybody. They are saying that the reason why Kenya is allegedly doing all this when it comes to Brit is because of her good friend Ming Lee. Child, I hope Kenya didn't get tricked out of her spot trying to advocate for someone else. But anyway, this is what they're saying, and this is all alleged. The latest rumor that Ming
Funky
Lee was the
Dineva
private
is the one who's saying
investigator.
that.
Ming is also an ex of Rick Ross, and she was pissed that Brit got a role on the show over her. Kenya was also pissed because she did a lot of test filming with Ming Lee and Akila from last season. Kenya was hopeful that one of them was going to be chosen for the show so that she would have a close ally because both of them pledged loyalty to Kenya. Ming and Akila were both at the salon opening and Kenya posted a photo with them. If Ming somehow got the photos from Rick Ross and they weren't online, that would in fact be Revenge P. But again, we will never know for sure. Woo child, every day more and more pages are added to this story. But anyway, honey, I was over on Funky's live and this is what he had to say. And again, this is all alleged.
As to why Kenya entered the situation prepared to be nice nasty with Brit is because Kenya is friends with Ming Lee, and apparently, allegedly, from what I'm hearing, Ming and Brit have bad blood over a dude. Ming and Brit, Ming was actually in the background, and Ming was supposedly, you know, auditioning, trying to get on the show, whatever, being in the fold with the ladies. Ming is supposedly a friend of Kenya's, and it's looking as if Kenya entered the equation, taking on the steam and the heat from whatever Ming and Brit got going on, and that's where all of this stems from.
So one of two things can be true when it comes to this Brit and Kenya situation. Brit may not see it for Kenya because Kenya is friends with someone that she doesn't see it for. And Kenya could dislike Brit because her friend doesn't see it for Brit. So, you know, that could go either way. But anyway, do y'all remember Kenya saying this when Nene left the show?
Sending you a message. You're not as important as you think you are. The message is very clear. Either the network feels that you're still a valuable asset on the show, or they don't, and you're replaced or phased out, and you just have to move on.
Well, Kenya, this could be true when it comes to you as well. You may not be as important as you think you are, and maybe the network is phasing you out as well, child. But anyway, y'all let me know what you think. Don't forget to like this video and
So yeah, to me, this accounts for the triggering that Brit said she had by Kenya because she knows Kenya and Ming Lee are close. What do you guys think? I mean, that would if there's a girl on the show who I think is being shady to me, even with the ring comment. Oh, is that your second ring? And I know you've been talking to. Being this girl, we both mess with Rick Ross, and I could try to find the text messages between the two of them real quick. Ming Lee and what's her face, Brit. And you have, because Ming Lee supposedly has video of her doing something strange at a party for some change, I guess. And Kenya asked you that question about a ring, that's probably why she snapped like that, because she thinks she's bringing, some Ming energy into it. I can absolutely see that.
But
That
I
makes
don't
Kenya
think that
stupid.
ring comment was such a big of a deal, even if it was, even if there's a relationship with Ming, because she was just wearing her engagement ring, right? And
Right.
normally when you're married, you wear your engagement ring and the wedding band. She didn't have the wedding band. So
Mhm.
that would be an honest question, like, oh, are you married or are you still engaged? Because traditionally you wear your band and your engagement ring together.
Mhm. Yeah, and if Kenya, here's the thing, you may go hard and you for somebody and you want them on the show, but at the end of the day, production and the company decides who comes on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And if you felt like the girl was supposed to be the best addition and she didn't get on the show and you weren't happy about it, well, Kenya, you couldn't you shouldn't have filmed. But
Kenya been trying to get that girl,
you
Akira, whatever her name is, on the show for a couple seasons.
you filmed
Yeah.
because you wanted to check. Everybody's not just because we hang out and the thing about reality TV is you have to have a personality.
Mm-hmm.
And excuse me, the audience can tell if you have a personality or not, or if you're meant to be on TV. Everybody's not meant to be on reality TV. Just because we have a good time out in the streets and you one of my good friends and stuff like that, that doesn't mean that you're gonna be good for the show. And whether it was Brit, Mei Ling, whatever, Kenya at the end of the day screwed herself. I
Yeah.
don't care who you beefing with, who got beef, blah blah. You screwed yourself at the end of the day because you in Brooklyn sat on the floor and posted some goddamn pictures on a poster board and fucking lost your job. You got yourself in a situation where you lost your job. And Brit, again, yes, Brit should be fired, all that kind of stuff. We've already talked about that. Blah blah. Kenya, you got out your damn seats. You let a girl take you to a point where you fucked around and lost your job.
Yep.
Brit is based off of these 6 episodes. Brit is probably one of the easiest reads on
Mm-hmm.
reality TV right now.
And to even keep pressing her buttons to make her be crazy. She could have been one and done or got suspended. I would have kept pushing her buttons. If she's mad about a ring comment that you didn't even mean, we've seen Kenya, be mean. That wasn't Kenya being mean. But let me read this.
Can you let that
Okay.
girl have her on the floor making that like it was a science project? I just can't believe she sat around and did poster boards at her shop.
Okay. So Brit Edie says, internet didn't tell Kenya anything because where is it all over the internet? First of all, bitch, you had it erased. You had it scrubbed, but it's still somewhere. Anyway, Ming told me herself in a drunken night at an event in Miami for a whole hour, she has saved explicit images of me in her phone, save for a rainy day. Very weird to admit to. She ain't innocent either. Can't help we dated the same people. So right there, that tells me it's not underage photos. I wasn't drunk. And what I said verbatim was, if I had given those pictures or videos to Kenya, it would have been the ones I have in my phone of you at that party, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those are not on the internet, nor have I ever shared or showed them to anyone. And I've had every phone since 2011. Brit, you're 1 year younger than me, so you were well over age. And this narrative that I'm mad because we dated the same person is complete BS. One of my best friends used to be his fiance, which you were cool with before you even dated him. So stop it. I don't have a problem with you, like I said to your face, and I would never leak or share any pictures or videos of you, period. You had a past, so what? Just tell everybody your whole got deleted and you're married now. FYI, that image from the video is still on the internet as we speak. Like I said, the internet told your business, not me. Now leave me alone. So these two have some bad blood. And if we know Brit, how she reacts in conflict, this explains why she was so reactionary towards Kenya.
I don't care. I don't care that much. I don't have time in my life to be at parties videotaping what people doing, especially if they ain't no damn celebrity. Now, if I'm at a party with like Jack Nicholson and he didn't went around to everybody that his sister was his actual mama and all that kind of stuff, then baby, that's some stuff that you record. But girl, you down there sucking on Rick Ross, ill.
Yeah, that's gross.
Oh,
And
look at this.
and I don't even know who Mei Ling is. Like, how does she even become popular? Like, how is she even famous? Like, girl, what's your
Ming Lee she really made her money. Now, if you want to talk about somebody who really made their money, she really made her money selling hair. She was one of the first people that really took selling hair serious. I think it was Snob Life Hair, and that's how she made her money.
and
And that's how
and
she got popular.
the other thing is what's also ruining reality TV is people want to be on reality TV and they're willing to do anything to get on TV. Now,
Yep.
May, am I saying her name right? Mei Ling or whatever. They took her
Ming
ass
Lee.
done it. They took her ass done it to Basketball Wives. Girl, you serious?
Mm-hmm. With Ty, she's gay now.
Right, for now. She just like
It
Kyle.
wasn't Drew with Ty too, allegedly.
Yeah, they all just like Kyle. Baby,
Mimi's
girl,
Ty?
I can't.
Yeah, Mimi's Ty.
Oh no.
Yeah, Ty gets around. She a hoe.
It's very incestuous. That's crazy.
No one
Like,
calls her a hoe because she's
That's good.
yeah. But if she was a femme, they were like, look at this slut.
yes, they would. Look at this slut.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they were at the thing.
But it's just like, oh, like look at Yon Yada, child. I'm so glad she ain't on the show. Ooh.
Yeah, all these girls are probably a yawn, especially the light skinned one. She was born when Kenya brought her up there
She looks
before.
boring.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that doesn't mean that look, they had Yon Yada up there, baby. That girl was so goddamn boring. God damn, she was boring. But it's just like, I don't know.
Candy says Rick Ross. That's why her husband was acting so dismissive. She was sucking rich ninja peen. Yeah, then you bringing all this mess to your husband, and your mom looking like, girl, here we go again.
Hey, you guys have a good night. I gotta go to bed. Okay.
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 We're not going too much longer.
I don't know. I just feel like for this to be season 16, it doesn't feel like this show has been on for 16 years and it does not feel like it. And the other thing is that also has ruined Housewives, well, Atlanta anyway. We already know all these stories before the show even aired.
Yes. Even like the reunion with them showing Garcelle leaving today. Like I said, why did y'all show this? Like, let us have some anticipation.
Well, at least with Beverly Hills, stuff wasn't getting leaked. This stuff on Atlanta, we had knew about this stuff last year before they even had released a release date, before they had a trailer ready. Like, we had already knew all this stuff. So now that we're seeing it, we're like, okay. Like Portia up there crying about Simon not saying nothing about PJ. Girl, Portia, girl, shut up.
That's why I say it's so whack.
Like, I'm not trying to, and hopefully as females, y'all understand what I'm getting ready to say. I'm not trying to say Simon is whatever, but do women really just deal with a man and go through all that because they think he got money and you look the way
Yes.
Portia look?
Yes.
That's crazy.
But I feel like women that do that, they're
Mhm.
in this constant mental struggle. Like, I cannot, for the life of me, force myself to sleep with Rick Ross. Like,
Right.
there will be nothing to look forward to. Like, he has titties, I have titties. Like, come on. That's why
Hell,
I don't understand like girls that like studs.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't just be with a fat guy? It's the same thing. And you at least you get a penis with it instead of a dildo, you know.
like when Portia got with Simon, I was like, girl, what do you like? Simon must have a whole bunch of money. But then I also thought to myself, yeah, Portia, I find Portia really attractive, but maybe Portia don't find Portia attractive and she went with Simon. But then I'm also thinking, I think Portia just go with whoever say hi to her. I don't know.
Somebody said, Portia counts with her eyes.
She can't. She can't count with her eyes, baby. Simon ain't nothing to look at.
Yeah.
But she thought, she thought he had so much money. You want to see Claudia reading?
I don't think Claudia. I don't think Claudia.
I don't like Claudia on here, but I like Dustin. But
I don't
I
think
like
Claudia.
Carlos and Dustin. Claudia just talks too
Well,
much.
you know, Brit, I don't like you on the show. I think you bring very much ghetto energy. I can't take your very nasally sounding nose, the way you talk. It's just like whoever did that, please open up those nasal passages. It's too much. Like it's like, how does your husband's a saint? I don't like you anymore. The way you bucked how we are protecting Angela Oakley and all costs, by all means. Okay, the way Angela didn't even ask me anything that was negative or mean. She said, "I'm a broker too. Like, how does that happen?" And I did my research. Well, a little bit of research. There's a LinkedIn page for Brit in her company that she was doing her insurance stuff with, right? And I contacted a real estate agent and also someone that is in the mortgage brokerage business, Brit Eady. Her, according to her LinkedIn page, she was with Allstate full time, and that was from January of 2020 to April of 2023, 3 years and 4 months. So it says that she's been done doing it. So I don't know if she lost her license from this incident or she just, I don't know. And I also talked to someone that said, I said, so can you lose your license for, is there like clauses for personal behavior and all that kind of stuff? Like, what do they call those?
Morality clause.
Morality clauses.
And my friend that did my loan said, no, there are strippers that do all kinds of OnlyFans, all that kind of stuff that have these licenses that they don't lose their jobs. So that is bullshit. They said she would lose her license for financial crimes, fraud, things of that matter. Not if, and think how fast it's happened, right? We are all just seeing the episode now. This happened when it happened. So you mean to tell me between that, the Kenya Moore hair care event, and then what, a month later, your company knew about this big scandal that was at a private event and you lost your license? I think she's playing the victim card extra hard now. Like she sees an opening. She tried to come for the queen in her mind. That didn't really pan out the way she thought. She got read down and made to look like erratic. So now let me play this victim card thing. And do you see how her mother was looking at it when she was telling her story? Her mother was looking at like, then at the end, she realized, oh, I'm on TV. Yeah, that girl, because you're pretty. And, they hate on you because you're pretty, girl. But I look at her mother's face. Go back. Her mother was like, here we go again. That's what I got. That's what I got from that.
I agree.
Okay, yeah. I wonder how many times she gonna mention Brooklyn name on Friday.
Oh,
she's coming out Friday.
Yeah, I think Andy made her clean it up.
Probably. Well, ladies, I'm going to bed. I hope y'all have a good night.
Same. I have to go to work in the morning. Jesus.
Okay, guys. I'm going to wrap this thing up too. I'm tired.
All right.
The audio?
Oh, that was the part they didn't play. All right. Good night.
Good night.
You not only a hoe, you a cheat. You on covers of magazines, being a side, I'm on covers of magazines. You all of those things, okay? You over here on Snapchat. Your daddy was like, Snapchat me that pussy, and you did.
Kenya. Oh, she's in the pool naked. Okay. I don't know. Anybody got any final thoughts about Atlanta or what Portia talking about? Let's see.
Nude information. No, I'm gonna expose that. Everybody needs to know who she is. That was crazy to me. There's a housewife still on the show right now who gave Kenya that nude information. No, I'm gonna expose that. Everybody needs to know who she is. That was crazy.
Portia, just tell us, please. Everybody wants to come on YouTube now and spill secrets. What else? What Carlos say?
Excuse to constantly talk about this woman. Kenya Moore was not shading your wedding band. That is a weak read. It's a weak excuse to constantly talk about this woman. She gave you a fucking hug when y'all sat down and you said, "Oh, the tabs." I'm like, Brit, I like
She
you,
was
baby.
looking. That was a reach. Like you looking for a reason to be mad. Like she's supposed to tongue you down. Like she.
I think it's more of her.
Kenya Moore was not shading your.
I want to hear Dustin, not them. I want to see. Let's see if we can find some pictures. Girl, don't you know? Yes. Oh, you want to hear the? Oh, this is 5 minutes long. He's saying about how her business is kind of fraudulent. Brit Edie looks from the. Oh. Now the thing that Brit didn't account for is the Bravo sphere and all the detectives in it. They're going on her LinkedIn page. Like this guy up here, he broke it all down. He didn't really say too much.
From the situation, and there was a photo here of a poster board that said "insurance fraud ho," and then there's some text and some article. You obviously can't read it, but last night's episode, we see Angela kind of call out Brit, not for lying so much, but asking her, well, why would they just take your license away without cause? What was the cause? And then obviously we saw her snap, but essentially we know that she doesn't have her insurance agency anymore. And in fact, she was with Allstate under, their umbrella for 3 years before she ended up selling that agency. And now she has a whole agency, as she calls it, called Jumpstart or Agency Jumpstart. It's basically a masterclass on how you can be a successful insurance agent, owner, whatever, by following her blueprint. And you guys know I'm very nosy. You guys know this. So I went through and I dug through the entire website. I went through disclaimers, refund policy, went through all the bits. I did everything except buy this masterclass. And here are all the major red flags. And I'm going to say this up front. Don't ever buy anyone's course, okay? Don't. Most of the time, the things that are in those courses you can find online. You just got to do a little bit more digging. But if you really want to learn, the information is out there. Now let's get into this website and all the red flags. So first thing that stood out to me, this entire website, everything about this masterclass is so super vague. No clear outline of any of the deliveries, of the formats or modules or any of that stuff. So essentially, the user has no way of assessing the value of this product before opening their wallets. Red flag number 2, no verified reviews or testimonials, not even any fake ones from any of her friends. I mean, no students have bought your course yet. I mean, I think this website opened in 2023 or something, at least that's when the disclaimer was written, and there's no social proof, nobody, not even a Facebook group, nothing. There is a very much heavy reliance on her personal success, although she doesn't really map out what those actually are. So here's what I'm going to say. If you actually want to be an insurance agent or own your own agency, if you just contact State Farm, Allstate, Nationwide, any of them, they have programs where they will essentially teach you everything you need to know and then help you open your agency for free. It's very limited contact information on there. So it's very vague. There's no phone number, there's no physical address, and it comes off more like a sales funnel website rather than an actual like educational platform, because they use these buzzwords like once in a lifetime opportunity and get my secret sauce. There's not even any real educational credentials as she's listed. And I know she went to college, so at the very least you could put that in there, or at least talk about your experiences when you had your own agency as an insurance agent. But this is the best part. Strictly no refunds, guys. That's right. You're not going to be able to see anything about how the course works until you buy it. But if you get in there and realize this is all stuff I could have Googled, well, too bad, so sad. And if you buy into any of her subscription models and you try it out for 2 days and you're like, this has no value, well, you're still going to be stuck paying the entire month. There's no prorated refunds either. And in the disclaimer, these are also red flags. They are saying we have zero accountability for anything you see in there, or if the links that we have to other places to give you the information and they do something shady, we are not responsible, so don't come over here. And I have not seen any type of press or any type of media surrounding this company, whatever it is. So again, I wonder, is this going to be a theme throughout the season? Is this where the ladies start to pick up on maybe there's something off about this girl?
So, let's see. I don't know. I should go there. I want to go on him, especially if you got fraudulent stuff. That's the guy who broke the story about Robin's side chick. Oh. Robin from Potomac? Let's see if we can find any more pictures. Insurance. Well, I think she did a good job having. Is that her mom? Oh no, that's I guess she had the one with her and Stevie J. Took out. Let's see, we can't watch it. What is this? Brittany just leaked this photo on her Instagram. Can't see it. I don't even see the one with Stevie J in the shower scene anymore. Is that her? Who's in the background? I don't know. I think I'm gonna put these videos of Garcelle in my community tab. Oh, Juan side chick. These people are newsy, but they'll get the tea. Like this one.
The out of me.
Why?
Because why?
Let her finish, though.
Erika, you're bugging the out of me.
Why?
Because why are you all in this? Like, let them figure it out. I think Erika is tired of talking about Erika. Last year, she didn't talk about anybody's stuff. She was focused on her. This year, she's making up for lost time, honey. She is talking about everybody else and getting all in the mix.
I'm not a fake person. I don't have fake lips. I don't have fake boobs. I don't have fake anything. I am very real. She's fake. So, okay, projection.
Do you realize that everything you said is not true and it's been proven to be not true? Are you aware of that?
Erika has been acting as if she's completely exonerated. There's no legal woes. And for some reason, everyone is believing it.
I actually have empathy for that.
No, we don't.
How dare you question my empathy? Oh my God. That's all I have is empathy. You have none. You're a soulless person.
You want to know, Diana?
I really, really like you, but I feel like for your friendship, I had to work extra hard and I got nowhere.
When did she try to get to know me? She trashes me in a group text. She comes to my birthday party and she's a total Google me if you want to get to know me. Google me.
If you felt like that, you can tell me that. Don't tell her that. So why am I a liability as a friend?
Because she always has to clean up for you. She supports you through all of the stuff that you get.
That's what a friend does. That's called being a friend.
What if Harry was our Billy Flynn and you play Roxy and I'll play Velma because I was one to play
if that
Velma.
happens, then
How about that?
Oh my God. The chances of another Broadway show asking Erika Jayne back, it's not going to happen.
What I've learned is Erika has a lot of lawsuits in front of her.
Yes.
My point is more. You were a liability to all of us last year. That's why you are a liability and not me.
It's not my fault.
You've
I
proven
told you
that.
to be
I think Erika probably misses the spotlight. She won't shut up. It's awkward.
I do like you.
Jesus.
And I think that you are a good person some days.
If you want to make this go away, you make a public apology and you say, I'm so sorry I did that.
Do what you say.
Sutton, why did you do it in the first place? Sutton,
rule book.
why? Sutton.
Let me see. Do what she says, then it goes
Sutton,
away.
Why did you do it in the first place?
It's
Sutton.
a very short book.
Put your drink down.
No.
Did you know she told my son to off, my 14-year-old?
She's kind of like loosening up and season 2 with all of us, and she's maybe making little mistakes, and we kind of cut her some slack, kind of a thing.
You cut her some slack. I don't need to cut her some slack. We've all had many a drinks, but how you behave is really who you are.
I sent Harry a very thoughtful text.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I do believe I did.
I understand we were all having a good time at my birthday party. I understand that your liquor level was beyond. Yes. Under no circumstances, though, can you disrespect not only a kid, but my kid.
I've known Erika for 7 years, and never once have I seen her lose her composure one time. So I think she's a little bump here.
This is what I mean by jumping ship, Kyle. Well, this is what I mean by jumping ship. I'm having a conversation with her, and it's not like I'm saying anything badly.
She's literally had 2 in 7
But
years.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her.
Was not being fake.
I was being so fake. I couldn't wait to get it off me.
Then who's fake now?
I am.
What in the hell? This sounds like a problem that she's got with herself. Because I choose dealing with Erika over Diana any day.
I want to get rid of it. Like I can't.
Yeah.
I can't be with it. No.
Wow.
I always
I get that.
okay. Well, I always think take laxatives and get rid of it.
A laxative? She has an eating disorder. Erika's not a doctor, and you don't prescribe laxatives to someone with an eating disorder. It's really the most inappropriate thing at the most inappropriate time.
The soap actress in Lisa never leaves her body. It would take an exorcism to get the soap actress out.
And I think that I've done my best to explain myself and what I'm going through, but I don't think that you necessarily believe me. I don't feel.
I agree with you. I don't know if I believe everything.
I'm pissed. I said nothing wrong and I said nothing bad. And this is the truth. It's not fair.
I didn't bring it up.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And you did it, and you have a pattern with this.
Oh, you can't say that I shut you down because I was also open in that conversation.
Yeah, but I haven't seen you since. So.
Well, I haven't seen you since either.
If I had a problem, you would kind of be the last person to know because these women are the closest to me.
Oh, I know. God, you guys say that almost every other day.
But you tried to push that false narrative that I had a problem.
I did not try to push that.
Yeah, you did. You kept talking about it.
No. What I did, Erika, you need to figure out your medicine and drink ratio.
I did.
That's what I said.
I did.
It's a narrative, but just because you don't like it, doesn't make it false.
Do you hear where she's coming from?
Just for a second.
What do you hear? What do you hear her say?
I just like to know you better differently.
I would like to know you better
Yeah,
differently
that's
as
all.
well, Diana.
That's all I'm saying.
How do you feel about that, Rena?
I think you're defensive, and I don't hear her being defensive. So I go,
Why am I
Garcelle,
defensive?
Why are you defensive?
You tell me. You seem to know everything. You tell me.
I had no idea you were being fake and phony with me.
I'm telling you now, so you can be
That's
sitting
really
there.
shitty of you to do. It's really shitty of you.
So, let's see. No, Garcelle was not jumped. Nothing happened to her that hasn't happened to all the ladies. She just made the answer for her opinion. She was just made to answer for her opinions, and that is what the reunion is for. She really pissed me off. That is a good way to say that, Nikki. I don't believe she was jumped either. And I'm showing these videos to show that Garcelle has had her things with the ladies too. She's not completely innocent where the people are just picking on her. She, I don't know what happened this season. I think maybe Kyle had something to do with it, with them going easy on her, or maybe them thinking that they're part of the Fox Force 5. But these two used to be hell on wheels, Sutton and Garcelle. So they're not innocent. I hated to see them both cower. I didn't like it. What's this
I'm
one?
gonna say it is everything. So gorgeous. Thank you, baby. Oh my God, I miss hugging.
I miss hugging too. I love where you live.
Oh, I'm gonna show you around. Can I introduce you?
Please introduce
The
me.
black and white one is Dorit, because look at her. Fabulous style.
So fashionable.
Right? The regular goldfish is Kyle. Why is Kyle a goldfish? It's ordinary.
I want to say thank you to that team who supports me and loves me. My new best friends. Some of them, not so much. Well, we'll figure that out.
Who's the not so much? I know it's not me. I'm not quite sure which one she's talking about.
That was so mean.
Yes, Kyle, you. The way I was brought up, you don't talk about money. You don't talk about...
Right.
But I want to know, how'd you get your money?
What do you mean?
Like, where did all this money come from?
I don't like talking about money. I'm Southern.
Did you inherit money? Did you marry money? Were you born with money? Like, I'm
No.
curious.
I got married and my
Savings account, which I would love to know.
honestly, I've known him since I was
over Denise, who you have more of a relationship.
It's okay. People always ask that. They're always like, what's going on? Is it 20-year-old all day long? No.
No, but do you want that?
Not really.
Mama's gotta go.
So how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I had a good doctor's appointment.
Do you feel a lot of kicks?
Like I'll feel like pain at night, but it's not necessarily kicks. And they said because like my placenta is very high right
Are
now.
you gonna eat your placenta?
I will in pill form.
You will?
Mhm.
We didn't do that.
Our parents never did that.
What's the purpose of eating it again?
It helps postpartum.
I didn't have a choice. I had twins. I was like, girl, keep it moving.
And you ate the placenta?
No, she didn't.
We're black. We don't do that stuff. That's why people say we don't do like that. Like that. Oh my God. Why don't you guys go running around? Why are you on the phone on the rocking chair? Move. Go do something. Because then I can cut.
The next time we see Erika, she will be on the stage.
So yeah, if you want to go look at that, you can. Let's say Wizard Richie. I think Garcelle had already wanted to leave, so anything at the reunion would have set her off. I think at the beginning she was wanting to take the picture though. If they would have compared Garcelle to a fish, it would have been an outrage. Yes, she's not completely innocent. So I don't know. Any final thoughts? I think this reunion was a letdown. The Garcelle part of it, the Kyle part of it. I'm tired of Kyle. Kyle is ruining the show. I'm gonna keep saying it. She just is. It's just really corny. It's corny. It's just corny. Everything she talks about, it has to be a certain way. She can only say a certain thing, and they let her get away with it. It's ruining the show. They need someone that could come in. Maybe they should bring Crystal back because Crystal seemed like she knows what's going on now. They brought Cynthia back. Maybe they could bring Crystal back. Hopefully they replace Garcelle with a rich fab. I think Crystal is season 1 Crystal. I think Garcelle made the right decision to leave. Thanks. I think so too. I don't think that I used to say I don't think Garcelle is a good housewife, but back then she was. So I'm going to take that back because I forgot about this. But as of late, she hasn't been. She's been very sensitive, and I can't say this and I can't say that, like really whiny and stuff. And I don't know, maybe it got the best of her. But good luck to her. Good luck to Bose. I can't wait to see what she brings. Maybe they will bring Crystal back. She hasn't been bashing the network like Kenya's doing now. And that's the first ticket to not come back. I wish Kenya would just be quiet. Shut up. Nobody needs a YouTube from you explaining what you did. We all saw what you did. We've been seeing what you've done over the years to people. Just be quiet. You could have still came out of this once we see how Brit behaves. She's a nutcase. Oh, shit. I'm banging on my damn marker. Did I just mess my marker up? She's a nutcase. She's a bad temper. And it's only a matter of time before she goes off again on somebody. The fans would have had Kenya's back. She didn't even have to do what she did with the revenge for it. She should have just leaked that shit on Twitter. And then kept asking her about it on the show. That's what I would have did. But you're not going to talk about, oh, you're going to learn today. And you got a gun. As far as investigation, they let them leave the scene of the crime before they asked them, did they have a gun? Okay, number one. And the investigation was like, did you have a gun? No. Okay, that's the investigation. I didn't mean it. I was just talking. Like, she fucking up because, I don't know. They letting the new girls take over. I'm a fan of the old guard. You know, I'm not here for the new. I don't care about these girls. I don't. Maybe I'll tune back in when my favorite comes. I'm not invested in these new girls. I don't think, maybe for the younger audience, y'all like that. I don't. I just don't. And with that, guys, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. My eyes keep watering. And I'm tired. Any last final thoughts? I know I keep saying that. We got 2 minutes left. I'm very disappointed in Garcelle. It bothered me a lot that she was rolling her eyes and just sitting there with an attitude. They asked her, what's wrong? Andy gave you the floor. Sutton even worked out her shit with Erika. Garcelle, at least tell everybody what made you mad because nobody smiled at you. What else? What's really bothering you? You don't want to say it because it was some bullshit, because you didn't think you were going to get called out tonight. That's what it was. You didn't think that, you thought they had guns, smoke just for Sutton and not you. And they had it for you. And you were fine and dandy when all of y'all were picking on Dorit, when you thought you were picking on Dorit, but Dorit came in swinging. And you should have this Garcelle from her first season. Oh, this is a good one right here. Hold on.
You don't tell a black girl that twice, honey. We do not do bears.
They're really all the same. I like this room. I'll take this room.
Yeah, and then you'll be next to me. Okay. My room.
Second floor. No bears. I'm good.
Isn't it human nature, though, that you would go, oh, does this affect me? Is that not human nature?
No, it isn't.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Why?
Because why the
Understand, I'm not.
why would you be dragged in?
Oh, don't cry. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, isn't it human nature to go, could I be implicated in this?
No.
And I think that's natural. I want you to see that. I don't want to hurt you. And I don't like the way you're looking at me right now. I'm just saying, just try to understand a little bit. Try to understand. No, come on. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not here to hurt you.
Why would you act like that? Like, I'm just trying to be kind.
I do
No,
not
you're
believe
not.
there's a single person at this table
You can let go of me.
that doesn't want to see you come out of this.
That's right, bitch. Get off me. You talking about being implicated. Girl, you're doing too much. But that's all I got for tonight, guys. I'll be on. Oh, I started a Patreon. We'll talk about that later. I didn't really set it up right. So we could talk about, my former life. It's not nothing like Brit Edie's, but I don't know if y'all saw Gabor's live. What was it? Friday, Saturday. But I have so many more stories. And we'll talk about that later. I will be out of town this weekend, so I don't know if I will be. If I do come on, I won't be pulling any all-nighters or whatever. I'll be at my sister's house in Detroit, and I can't be telling my hoary stories around them. So, well, maybe we'll start the Patreon. I don't know. I gotta get it set up and do all this stuff. LOL. Can't wait to subscribe. I could put. I don't know if I want to put it up yet because I can't really post to it until I come back from my trip. But I'll put a link up when it's all set up. Perfect segment name. The Hoary Stories. Listen, I really want to look into becoming a dominatrix. So I'm going to take y'all on a journey with me and we can tell our story. Well, I can tell my stories. Y'all can tell your stories if y'all want to. So, let me drop the link. I don't know if you can sign up yet, but at least you can subscribe, I guess. Let me see if I still have it up. All right, let's see. Patreon. Hold on. All right, let me see. Copy link. All right. Let's see. Put it in here. You guys can sign up. Take this image down. What, Patreon? Oh, the dominatrix. I'm going to look into it. I was looking into it today. Hey, the dominatrix thing, something called FinDom or FinDom. I don't know where it's something like that, but it's financial domination. Just something to do. But we can talk about it. Like I said, my flight leaves Friday. I won't be back till Monday. I don't know what. I probably will go live just to be around. I'll be in Detroit. Maybe I'll show you all my family. I don't know, but I won't be talking about any of those things. What on with my family? When I get back, we can talk about it. Yeah. So if you want, sign up. I think it's set up enough where you can subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys later. I don't know when. What's today? Tuesday? I got Wednesday and Thursday left. I'll probably go live this weekend from Detroit. But we'll see. Thank you guys. Thank you, Wizard. Love you guys. I will see you sometime this weekend. I got to get my license renewed. I got to pack. I got to do some things I probably won't be on, to be honest. But I'll be thinking about some content for Patreon. I want to do some research with the stuff we're going to talk about, because we're going to talk about some things, okay? I can't talk about YouTube shit. I might have to open the OnlyFans because we're going to talk about some things. All right, guys. Good night.